Ever wondered how learning a new language could change your life? Let's explore that thought. You see, language is not just a tool for communication. It's an open invitation to new cultures, a key that unlocks different perspectives, and a bridge that connects us to people we might never have understood otherwise. When you learn a new language, you're not just memorizing vocabulary and grammar rules. You're immersing yourself in a whole new world, embracing different customs, traditions, and ways of thinking. It's like gaining a new lens through which you can view the world. Moreover, research has shown that bilingualism or multilingualism can enhance cognitive abilities. It sharpens the mind, improves memory, and even boosts creativity. It's a mental workout that keeps your brain agile and fit. So, if learning any language can offer such amazing benefits, imagine then the possibilities that unfold when you learn a language as rich and historic as Turkish. To appreciate the Turkish language, we must first dive into its origins. This story begins not in modern-day Turkey, but far to the east, in Northeast Asia. Here, nestled between the towering Altai Mountains, the roots of the Turkish language took hold, its seeds sprouting from the Altaic language family. The Altaic languages, named for the mountain range where they were thought to have originated, include various linguistic groups. Turkish, along with Uzbek, Kazakh, and other Turkic languages, forms one of these groups. These languages, though distinct, share similarities in structure and vocabulary, echoing their shared roots. In these early days, the Turkish language was more than a mere tool for communication. It was a reflection of the nomadic, horse-riding cultures of Northeast Asia. Its words and phrases shaped by the rugged landscapes and the harsh climates these early Turkic people navigated. The language of these horse riders was as dynamic as their lifestyle, continuously evolving and adapting. The Turkish language began its journey westward as these nomadic tribes migrated. Guided by the stars and the seasons, they traversed vast steppes and towering mountain ranges, their language echoing in the winds. As they moved, they encountered other cultures and languages. Each encounter, each conversation, left an indelible mark on the Turkish language, enriching its vocabulary and shaping its structure. Eventually, these tribes reached Anatolia, the crossroads of civilizations. Here, the Turkish language would evolve further, influenced by the diverse cultures and languages that had made Anatolia their home. The language of the horse riders from Northeast Asia had traveled a long way, adapting and evolving. Its journey mirrored in the rich tapestry of Turkish vocabulary and grammar. So, the Turkish language's journey from Northeast Asia to Anatolia is just the start of its fascinating history. As we'll see in the next scenes, the Turkish language didn't stop evolving once it reached Anatolia. Instead, it continued to adapt, to change, to grow, driven by the same spirit of dynamism and adaptability that had guided its early speakers across the vast steppes of Northeast Asia. With the migration to Anatolia, Turkish began to evolve in unique ways. This marked the beginning of the Old Anatolian period, a fascinating chapter in the history of the Turkish language. The Old Anatolian period, spanning from the 11th to the 15th century, was a time of profound change. The Turkish-speaking Seljuks, who had migrated from Central Asia, established a state in Anatolia. This state, known as the Sultanate of Rum, became a melting pot of cultures and languages. The Seljuks were in close contact with the Byzantine Empire, a state with Greek as its primary language. This proximity led to a significant influence of Greek on Turkish. But Greek wasn't the only language that left its mark on Turkish during this period. Persian and Arabic, languages of high culture and science in the Middle East at the time, also deeply influenced Turkish. The impact of these languages was so profound that Turkish borrowed a large number of words from them. It was not unusual for Turkish sentences to be filled with Arabic and Persian loanwords. Such was the extent of borrowing that it sometimes became hard to distinguish the Turkish words from the borrowed ones. Moreover, the old Anatolian period also saw a change in the script used for reading Turkish. The Arabic script was adopted, replacing the old Turkic script previously used. This change was not merely cosmetic. It represented a shift in cultural alignment from Central Asia to the Middle East. But the old Anatolian period was not just about borrowing and adopting. It was also a time when Turkish started to develop its unique identity. Turkish syntax and grammar, while absorbing foreign influences, retained their distinct characteristics. This period laid the groundwork for the development of Ottoman Turkish, which would become a literary and administrative language of the Ottoman Empire. The Old Anatolian period set the stage for the Turkish language's evolution into its modern form. It was a time of change, adaptation, and fusion, demonstrating the incredible capacity of language to evolve and transform. And as we will see in the next scene, the evolution of Turkish was far from over. Enter the Ottoman Empire, a time of significant transformation for the Turkish language. As the Ottoman Empire emerged in the late 13th century, it brought about a distinct phase in the evolution of the Turkish language. This period, fondly known as the Ottoman Turkish period, spanned over 6 centuries, from around 1300 to 1922. During this era, the Turkish language underwent monumental shifts. The Ottomans, ruling over diverse populations across 3 continents, were in constant contact with numerous cultures and languages. This interaction led to an influx of foreign vocabulary into Turkish, primarily from Arabic and Persian. The Ottoman court, especially, became a melting pot of these languages. Arabic, the language of religion and science, and Persian, the chosen language for art and literature, greatly influenced Ottoman Turkish. This resulted in a unique blend, a Turkish core enveloped by a heavy layer of Arabic and Persian vocabulary. But the changes weren't just limited to vocabulary. The script used for writing Turkish also saw a significant switch. Abandoning the old Turkic runes, the Ottomans adopted the Arabic script. This change, however, was not a straightforward copy-paste affair. The Arabic script was modified to accommodate the phonetics of Turkish, leading to the creation of the Ottoman Turkish script. While the Arabic script brought elegance and fluidity to Turkish writing, it also introduced complexities. The script was not inherently suited to Turkish phonetics, causing confusion and inconsistency in spelling and pronunciation. Despite these challenges, Ottoman Turkish flourished, becoming a symbol of sophistication and eloquence. It was the language of the court, of literature, and of the educated elite, while Anatolian Turkish, relatively untouched by foreign influence, continued to be spoken by the common folk. The Ottoman Empire left an indelible mark on the Turkish language, but the most drastic changes were yet to come. As the empire faded, a new era dawned, ready to reshape the Turkish language once again. But that's a story for another time. For now, let's marvel at the linguistic legacy of the Ottomans and how they shaped Turkish into what it was at the brink of the 20th century. In the 20th century, Atatürk's language reforms would forever change Turkish. This period, known as the modern Turkish period, marked a significant transformation in the language's history, triggered by the sweeping reforms of a visionary leader, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk. Atatürk, the founder of modern Turkey, believed that language was central to the nation's identity. He was determined to create a language that was purely Turkish, accessible to everyone, and a reflection of the new progressive Turkey he envisioned. This led to the initiation of a radical series of language reforms, the most notable of which were the adoption of the Latin script and the purification of the Turkish vocabulary. Prior to Atatürk's language reforms, Turkish was written in a version of the Arabic script, which was not only challenging for its complex rules and the lack of vowels, but was also seen as a vestige of the Ottoman era. In 1928, Atatürk replaced the Arabic script with the Latin script, a move that was not just practical, but symbolic as well, an alignment with the Western world and a break from the Ottoman past. Simultaneously, Atatürk launched a campaign for the purification of the Turkish language. He aimed to remove words of Persian and Arabic origin, replacing them with words derived from Turkish roots. This Turkification of the language resulted in the creation of a new, simplified Turkish vocabulary, making the language easier to learn and use. The impact of these reforms was profound. The adoption of the Latin script made literacy more accessible, bolstering education levels across the country. The purification of the vocabulary, while met with resistance from some quarters, eventually led to a language that was distinctly Turkish, fostering a strong sense of national identity. These reforms were not without controversy, and they certainly faced their share of challenges. However, they have undeniably shaped the Turkish language into what it is today, a unique, dynamic language that continues to evolve and adapt. With Atatürk's reforms, Turkish became the language we know today, a testament to the power of language as a tool for change, a reflection of culture, and a badge of identity. Now that we've journeyed through the history of Turkish, you might ask, why learn Turkish? Well, there are plenty of compelling reasons. For starters, Turkish has a unique structure that sets it apart from many other languages. It's an agglutinative language, meaning words are formed by joining morphemes together, each carrying a distinct meaning. This makes Turkish almost like puzzle solving, offering a fun and challenging experience to learners. Moreover, Turkish boasts a beautiful phenomenon called vowel harmony, where vowels in a word often harmonize with each other. This not only gives the language a melodic rhythm, but also simplifies the pronunciation rules, making it easier to pick up. But learning Turkish isn't just about understanding sentence structure or pronunciation. It's about immersing yourself in a rich and diverse culture that spans thousands of years. In learning Turkish, you not only gain a new language, but also a deeper understanding of a rich and diverse culture. So we've journeyed through the captivating history of the Turkish language and seen its unique features. From its ancient origins to its modern form, the evolution of Turkish is truly fascinating. Remember, Every new language you learn is another window to the world. So why not start with Turkish?